Welcome back, BU to Full People. In this presentation, I'm going to give you an introduction to breath focused meditation. All right, with that being said, let's get into this powerful presentation. In the last presentation, the introduction to the breath, where we discussed the breath and how it is one of the best kept secrets on the planet, we talked about how the breath can be used to strengthen you spiritually. And just to give you a short recap of what we discussed, of what the secret was, this is what you learned. The body only breathes when the Spirit of God is within it. Like it says in the Bible, in the book of Luke, chapter 23, verse 46, that once Jesus' spirit left his body, it breathed no more. And this shows us that the body only breathes when the Spirit of God is in it. So if you are breathing right now, and I know you are, then the Spirit of God is present right now within and around you. And the secret behind this knowledge is that when you voluntarily focus on your breath, you are actually focusing on the Spirit of God within you. How? Because the body only breathes when the Spirit of God is within it. So breathing is an action of your spirit. So when you are voluntarily focusing on your breath, it means you are focusing on the Spirit within you. And when you are focusing on the Spirit within you, you are in actuality focusing directly on God. So that is just a brief recap of the secret that was revealed to you in the last presentation, the introduction to your breath. And as you will see in this presentation, there are some other amazing things that happen to your body physically when you focus on your breath and begin to control its rhythm. This is what this presentation will focus on, how the breath can be used to heal and strengthen you physically. All right, so let's get right into it. As I just said, now we will discuss how your breath can be used to heal and strengthen you physically, and at the same time, help you completely reverse unnecessary stress in your life. We are specifically going to talk about how you can use your breath to activate a natural response of your nervous system called your relaxation response. So, when you focus on your breath and gently begin to make it deeper with each breath, an amazing thing happens. It positively forces your brain to produce feel-good hormones and neurotransmitters that begin to heal your body internally and reverse the negative effects that stress and anxiety has on your immune system. I call it getting high on your own supply. And as I mentioned before, this process is also called activating your relaxation response. And some people call it activating your self-medication response. And this happens whenever you focus on your breath for 2 to 3 minutes, control its rhythm, and begin to make it slightly deeper. This is how your breath can be used to help you heal, relax, give you a feeling of happiness, and help you produce a feeling of euphoria. And what is amazing is that you can activate this relaxation response any place and at any time. And there are other benefits and capabilities you will receive once you begin practicing these breath-focused mind-body exercises. For example, you will become mentally and emotionally stronger also. But how? By learning how to take back control of your mind and emotions, because they are not supposed to control you. You are supposed to control them. Your mind and emotions are supposed to reflect the Spirit of God within you, which is your center point, your true being, because the Spirit of God within you is the first part of your being. Without the Spirit of God within you, there is no thinking or feeling. So once you take back control of your mind and emotions, you can begin to utilize the mental and emotional frequencies they produce to your advantage and for your benefit. And you are going to experience these benefits and grow these innate capabilities you already have within you by performing mental and emotional empowerment exercises throughout this Self-Mastery 360 course. And these exercises only take about 3 to 5 minutes per day, so they're not very long. And the key is ensuring that you perform them consistently and regularly. That's the key. So please follow the daily protocol given within this course. It has been set up to ensure that you grow as much as you possibly can throughout this process. The next step after this introduction to what breath focused meditations are and how they work will be to start performing them on a daily basis. And of course, I'm going to show you how to do that in the next presentation. That is why I am giving you an introduction to these breath focused meditations first, because before you actually start performing these breathing meditations, you have to understand exactly what meditation is. If you don't know what meditation is, it's very hard to perform it. And you have to have an understanding of what a breathing meditation is, because there are several different forms of meditation. But in my mind, breathing meditations are the most powerful. As we go deeper, first we have to realize that everything in this dimension, in this reality, has two parts or has its opposite, like up has down. Up and down are opposites, left and right, hot and cold, man and woman. You cannot have one without the other. Everything has its opposite. So if everything has two parts or its opposite, then the stress response, which is the response that is activated when we are fighting for our life, running for our life, or frightened for our life, also has an opposite. And it's called your relaxation response. And this relaxation response reverses the effects of stress and helps your body rest and digest instead of being in fight or flight mode. And in this Self Mastery 360 course, you will learn how to activate this relaxation response by utilizing your breath. When you focus on your breathing and gently begin to make your breath deeper and slower, it automatically sends signals to your nervous system to activate its natural relaxation response. Just like when you focus on something that is stressing you and it activates your stress response. Once you learn how to activate your relaxation response, you can do it anytime or anywhere in order to eliminate stress, worry, anxiety, or any other mindset that is causing you mental stress or emotional discomfort. So to begin, let's first discuss exactly what a breathing meditation is. And to do that, we will define both terms in this word, breathing and meditation. And once I explain it to you exactly what meditation is, it will be much easier for you to understand exactly what a breathing meditation is. Okay, so what is breathing? Breathing is the action or process of taking in air and then pushing it out. The act of inhaling and exhaling. That's breathing, to take in oxygen and to give out carbon dioxide. And one inhale and one exhale is defined as one breathing cycle. Okay, so now what is meditation? Meditation is when an individual focuses their mind on a specific object, thought, or activity. Or more simply put, meditation is concentration, and concentration is simply holding your thought on one thing. So to meditate means to hold your thought on one specific thing. And in order to understand what a breathing meditation is, we just have to combine both definitions. A breathing meditation is simply holding your thought on your breathing as you inhale and exhale. This is the process that activates your nervous system's relaxation response, which stops the stress response and puts your body back into a rest and digest mode so it can function properly. And in order to hold your thought on your breath, you have to focus on a place on your body where you can see and feel the body breathing. And these are called breathing focus points. Can you think of a place on your body where you can see or feel the body breathing? There are three main breathing focus points on your body that can be used to help you maintain a constant focus on your breath. The first one of these focus points is your nose. As you feel the air going in through your nostrils as you breathe in, and as you can feel the air going out through your nostrils as you breathe out. And the next two breathing focus points that you can use to focus on your breathing are your chest or your stomach. Some people are stomach breathers and some people are chest breathers. So if you are a stomach breather, you simply focus on your breath as your stomach expands when you inhale and relaxes as you exhale. Or if you are a chest breather, simply focus on your breath as you inhale and your chest expands, and as you exhale and it relaxes. You can use any one of these three breathing focus points in order to hold your thought on your breath during a breath focus meditation, because these are places on your body where you can witness, feel, or see your body breathing. That is why they are called breathing focus points. These three focus points are directly related to the action of breathing, which means they can be used to help keep your focus and attention directly on your breath, because that's what you do when you're doing a breath focus meditation. Now, you might change the rhythm of your breath or the speed of your breath, but the key with the breath focus meditation is to keep your attention on your breath. And that's what these breathing focal points help you do. So now we know exactly what a breathing meditation is. And once again, because repetition builds understanding, a breathing meditation is simply holding your thought on the action of breathing. And as I said earlier, this intro to breathing meditations will give you a better understanding of what a breathing meditation is. And in the next video, I will show you exactly how to perform one of the easiest breathing rhythms in the world. It's called DQS breathing. And this is by far one of the easiest breathing meditations to use if you want to learn how to meditate and how to reap the benefits from it. But like I said before you actually do this breathing meditation, you still need to understand why you should do them and how these exercises actually work to strengthen your power of concentration. And that's exactly what we're going to discuss on this next slide. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, holding your thought on one thing is not the easiest thing to do. Why? Because your brain wants to think of several different things at once. As a matter of fact, because of social media and the amount of entertainment we intake, the average person thinks between 10 and 70,000 thoughts a day. Now, I know on the slide it says 50,000, but that number's been updated to 70,000 thoughts a day. And lowering this number of thoughts by doing mind-body exercise strengthens your brain in several different ways. It enhances your ability to focus and concentrate. It saves you a tremendous amount of energy. It increases your attention span. And it develops your ability to reduce or stop unnecessary stress and anxiety almost immediately. So why is a breathing meditation referred to as an exercise? More specifically, a mind-body exercise? Because the more you practice these breathing meditation exercises, the more it increases your brain's power of concentration. How? By helping you reduce the number of unnecessary thoughts that you are having. And when the number of unnecessary thoughts you have is reduced, it increases your power of concentration on things that are more important, like your family or your job. This is called thought reduction and energy redistribution. More simply stated, forcing your mind to concentrate on one specific thing strengthens your mind's ability to concentrate. And this helps you with everything in life because anything you do requires you to focus or concentrate on it. So everything from playing video games to reading to learning something new becomes easier. Why? Because you have strengthened your ability to concentrate on it, to focus on it, to hold your thought directly on it. And how did you do that? By reducing the number of unnecessary thoughts you have, which saves you energy and allows you to redistribute this energy to other more important things. Normally, your brain wants to think of several different things at once. Like I said before, your brain thinks between 10 and 70,000 thoughts a day. And lowering this number of thoughts by doing mind-body exercise strengthens your ability to focus and concentrate. And how does your concentration actually become stronger? Well, this is why they call it mind-body exercise, because holding your thought on one thing is actually an exercise for your brain. All right, so how does this work? So let's say you sit down for 5 minutes and you perform a breathing meditation, which, as you know, is concentrating or holding your thought on your breathing. And in this 5 minutes, your mind wanders 30 times, which means you were focused on your breathing, but your mind wandered and started to think about something else. Well, every time your mind wanders and you lose your focus on your breath and then you realize that you lost your focus, and then you bring your focus and attention back to your breath, this equals 1 repetition. So realizing your mind has wandered and refocusing back on your breath equals 1 repetition. So if your mind wanders 30 times, that's 30 repetitions within that 5 minutes. Now with mind-body exercise, you can tell you're getting stronger when your repetitions go down in number. As opposed to training your physical body, you can tell it's getting stronger when your repetitions increase with the weight you are using. But when you're training your mind, you can tell it is becoming stronger when the repetitions decrease. How? Right. So if you do a 5-minute breathing meditation and your mind wanders 30 times in that 5 minutes, and you keep doing that breathing meditation consistently throughout the week, the next week, when you do that same 5-minute breathing meditation, your mind will only wander 25 times in that 5 minutes. And if you continue to do that breathing meditation throughout the week, just for 5 minutes a day, mind you, then the following week, it only wanders 20 times in 5 minutes. This is how you can tell your mind or your power of concentration is becoming stronger. Because like I said, the number of times your mind wanders decreases. This shows you that you are able to keep your mind focused for a longer period of time, which means your power of concentration or holding your thought on one thing has become stronger. And with regularity and consistency, you can get to the point that your mind doesn't wander at all in your 5-minute breathing meditation, which means your power of concentration has exponentially grown. And it also means your ability to activate your body's relaxation response has also become stronger. So the main 2 things that these breathing meditation exercises help you do is reduce the crazy number of unnecessary thoughts you have, which strengthens your power of concentration, and these breathing meditations help you activate your body's relaxation response so you can conquer and overcome stress. And in this course, you will be performing 3 different breath-focused meditations for about 3.5 weeks straight. But don't worry, each one of these breath-focused meditation sessions are only 5 to 10 minutes long. And let me just say right now, any mind-body practitioner who is having you perform a 30-minute meditation session is wrong, especially if you don't have a lot of experience meditating. That would almost be like, that would be like having someone run a marathon who just started jogging a week ago. When you begin meditating, you want to start with short increments and then build from that. So, as you perform these breath-focused meditations consistently throughout this course, your power of concentration will definitely become stronger. And your ability to activate your relaxation response and feel that powerful calm and serenity that comes with it will also increase exponentially. And the absolutely cool thing is, once you learn how to do this in this course, once you learn how to perform these breathing meditations and activate your relaxation response, you will be able to do it for the rest of your life. And if you get good at it, you will also be able to show other people how to meditate and activate their relaxation response. And that's powerful. Now, there are many methods of mind-body exercise that you can use in order to activate your relaxation response. And I'm going to show you how to utilize several of these throughout this course. First, you can use a visualization exercise called guided imagery to activate your relaxation response. This is where you learn how to visualize a place of comfort, healing, and happiness within your mind. And then once you have created this place within your mind, you utilize your senses to experience the emotions within this place that you have created. And when you begin to experience these positive emotions, it directly activates your relaxation response. Visualization exercises are absolutely amazing because when you create this beautiful, relaxing place within your mind and begin experiencing the positive things within it, your mind does not know the difference of if this is an actual real place or not. It just goes off what you tell it. And because you are experiencing good sensations and emotions, it automatically activates your body's relaxation response. And another form of mind-body exercise you can use to activate your relaxation response are gratitude meditations. In these type of meditations, you simply hold your thought on things that you are thankful, grateful, or appreciative for, things that make you happy, or things that you love or have a true positive affection for. This is another form of meditation you will do throughout this course. And believe me, the results you will experience are amazing. And there is another form of mind-body medicine that I actually mentioned in my first introductory presentation, the very first one, called progressive muscle relaxation. This form of self-medicine doesn't just help you activate your body's relaxation response, it is also a form of self-hypnosis that helps you calm an overthinking mind, and at the same time, helps you heal your body faster from injury. This form of mind-body medicine is also given to women who just had a hard birth. It's given to people who just had chemotherapy, and it's given to people who just had a major surgery. And why is it given to those type of people? Because it helps your body heal faster. Because you actually put your body in a sleeping state while you're still awake. And when does your body do most of its healing? While you are sleeping. I love progressive muscle relaxation. I've been using it for almost 20 years myself, and it's amazing. So these are 3 specific forms of mind-body exercise that help you activate your body's relaxation response. And as I said earlier, you will be performing these 3 methods and a few more throughout this Self-Mastery 360 course. And by the time you are done with this course, I promise you will know exactly how to do them on your own and reap the benefits from them. But the most efficient method, the one you will learn first, is how to activate your relaxation response by utilizing the power of your breath. And before we finish this introduction to breath-focused meditations, let's just take another quick look at the power of your breath and how vital, extraordinary, and amazing it is. Your breath is the master key when it comes to attaining an optimal level of health. And the best way to get acquainted with your breath is what? Through breath-focused meditations. Okay, so how are these methods or these breath-focused meditations the best way to get acquainted with my breath? Well, because breath-focused meditations force you to focus your attention on what? Your breath. So you definitely get more acquainted with it. And this direct focus on your breath helps you activate your relaxation response, and it helps you connect with the Spirit of God within you. I mentioned at the very beginning of this course that I was going to show you how to use your breath to strengthen and heal yourself physically, and I told you that I was going to show you how to utilize your breath to strengthen yourself spiritually. And this is exactly what these last 2 presentations on the breath have done. They have given you the knowledge and understanding needed so that when you apply these breathing techniques, you will reap both the physical and spiritual benefits from them. And in these last 2 slides of this presentation, I'm going to give you just a few more amazing facts about your breath. Why? In order to help you build an even deeper understanding of it. You breathe approximately 23,000 times per day. And each one of these breaths represents a powerful fact that you are alive. And what is the first thing we do once we leave our mother's womb? That's right, we breathe. Now, some people say that the first thing we do is cry, but let me remind you that in order to cry, you need to breathe. And we breathe our entire life, like I just said, approximately 23,000 times per day. And each one of these breaths are what? They are given. And what is the last thing we do before we die? We take that last breath. And what is absolutely amazing is that from your first breath to your last, and all of the time in between, you breathe while you are sleeping. Now, this is not just an amazing fact, it is a constant miracle. When you are sleeping, you are unconscious. So how are you breathing? You are breathing because the Spirit of God is in you. Just like our course motto says, you live your life, but you don't give yourself life. God gives it to you. And the last amazing bit of knowledge I'm going to share with you about the breath comes from the Bible in the book of Job. Now, Job was a powerful man in the Bible. God himself spoke very highly about Job. God said that Job was upright and blameless. He called Job his servant and stated that there is no one else like him and that he is the greatest among the people. Now, these are powerful words from God in reference to Job. They must have had a close relationship. I mean, look at the words that God said about Job. How did Job get so close to God? What helped or allowed Job to build such a close relationship with God? What made Job blameless and upright to the point where God would say that there is no one on earth like him and that he is the greatest man among all the people? Well, Job knew the power and secret of the breath. And you can clearly see this in how he wrote about the breath. So let's look at what Job wrote and said about the breath. And this will give you even more insight into the power of the breath and just how amazing it is and how you can utilize it to understand your direct connection with God. In the book of Job, chapter 33, verse 4, Job says this: "The Spirit of the Lord has made me. The breath of the Almighty gives me life." Now, in the second part of this verse, look at how Job said, "gives me life." He didn't say that the Spirit of God gave him life or will give him life. He said, "gives me life," which means what? Now, in the present. Gave means in the past, and will give means in the future. He said gives, and gives denotes now, in the present. So Job knew that God was present. How did he know that? Because he was breathing. And like I told you in the first introduction on the breath, the secret we talked about, that breathing is an action of God's Spirit in you. So if you are breathing, then the Spirit of God is present right now within you. And Job also said in chapter 27, verse 3, "As long as I have life within me, the breath of God in my nostrils." So Job knew that the life within him was the Spirit of God. So Job clearly and obviously knew the secret of the breath. He knew that if he was breathing, that God was present. He knew that breathing was an action of God's Spirit in him. And that knowledge of the breath and what it represents brought him close to God. That is why God spoke so highly of Job, because Job knew the secret of the breath and utilized it. This is clearly seen in how intimately Job wrote about the breath. These verses clearly show you the power of the breath and how special it was and definitely still is. So if you don't believe it from me, believe it from the Bible, which is the Word of God, which was written for our learning, which was written to prepare us for doing good, righteous work. Now that you've been introduced to the breath and the power behind it, in the very next lesson, you will perform a very simple but very powerful breathing meditation called DQS breathing. And this breath focused meditation will show you exactly how to connect more deeper with the Spirit of God and show you how to activate your body's natural relaxation response. All right, BU2 full people. That ends this introduction to breath focused meditations, and I'll see you in the next video.